Hello, everyone. We're finally back. I did my drawing. I have a full plan of how all of the resources need to go into the motors so that I can finally get that factory built up without sitting here going through all of the math every half an hour because I forgot what I was doing. Ooh, heavy modulars. Ooh. I will keep the heavy modulars. We're back above 20, so we could build a radar tower again. Not that I really need that right now. But primary focus this stream, get the motors factory actually functioning. Do I need anything before I head out there? I have lots of iron plates. Probably have enough encased industrial beams. Could get more iron rods. Otherwise, I think we have enough. But the final layout, I am going to do the one floor per thing for the first 4 floors. Instead of taking iron ingots up between floors, I'm just going to have them go sideways across the 3 factories that I have set up. And ultimately, we'll have 9 full floors, and then floor 10 will just be one of the buildings that's just going to be the motor assemblers. And we should be making 20 motors per minute with all of this, with an extra 36.8 rotors per minute left over, at least once we get to Mark III. It's only going to be half that with the Mark II stuff that we have now. But I even wrote down all of the percentages that I need to hit for over and underclocking to make sure that I adjust machines correctly. So hopefully I will not need to think about literally anything. I can just build this factory. My giant elevator sticking out of the ground. Ooh. I might have to delete the elevator and rebuild it, because I don't know if I can just delete parts off the top of the elevator shaft. And I don't want to set up all the floors and then have to delete the whole thing, because I can't just delete the top of it. But I don't think we need it to go all the way up there anymore. Yeah, because I can only hit the entire elevator. So I'm going to go ahead, delete the whole thing. Okay, and there should be stop 3 because we built this. All right, we need to plug it in. Because it automatically puts one at the top where you stop building. Yeah, so there's already one here. And I'm just going to build the elevator as we go up. So I don't know the exact height of the elevator that we need. I just know it. I don't think it needs to go all the way up to the max height anymore. Why? We might end up deleting this because I think it's going to be 4 floors of smelters over here, so that the constructors are not going to be there. Just going to go ahead and throw another 20 here. Look this up. Okay, so this is going to be smelters. This is going to be constructors, and then we're going to have another set of constructors over here. All right, so each floor of smelters is going to produce 240 iron ingots. That we're just going to merge. I think I was already setting it up to do this when I signed off, and I did keep that idea in my new plans. So these are going to merge in. 240 is going to go out here, go around the corner there. We'll call the elevator just so it's here later. We're going to siphon off 120 of it into this area. The other 120 is going to continue down to the next thing. Can we put it there and have it go along the wall? Does it fit behind all of this stuff? We're probably not going to let it be able to have it face inside like this, because the splitter that goes in the middle will overlap the belt running along the edge here. All of these machines are only going to take 15. So this is going to be another situation where we're going to split 120 off, then we're going to split it into 2 stacks of 60. Then we'll split it again into stacks of 30 just to make sure that all of these machines are getting an even 15. Does this fit back here? Okay, yeah, those do fit, but I don't believe there's enough room for this splitter to be here. No, it would be half overlapped. So I do need those facing outward. Okay, so to start off, see, this is the thing, is like, I don't want to waste a smart splitter here that's not necessary later. Because once we upgrade the Mark III, a smart splitter here to make sure it all goes into this factory and then only into that one later be kind of a waste. And I'll just set it up that way. That way I really would prefer to not have to come rebuild stuff later and figure out all of the spots that need to have belts added in. So we're going to say left is any, center is none, right is going to be overflow, which should be empty at the beginning. Can it really not make that turn? Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's too close. I don't know where else to put it. Aside from moving it out to the center here. Okay, redo this. Any, none. Below. This is too many splitters, like, right here, cramped into a fucking corner. Because I have to move this one out. So then we're bringing in 120, we're going to split it into 60 and 60, and split it to 30 and 30, and split it to 15 and 15. Where are we going to output this? Because when I'm thinking about it, I would kind of prefer that all of the outputs for everything go to the center. So all of the up and downs are in one place that's visible instead of having to go to all different sides. But like, I already have 2 belts here. I'd have to abandon moving this 120 across the wall here. But only the first 2 floors are going to be screws. So I don't want to use the center one. I mean, we can have the... No, I would prefer that they be, like, aligned. The same height. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit. Oh man. Because we need to combine. Wait, we need to move this. We need these to match. But we're also going to want to bring the iron rods from over here. So we only have to send them up in one spot. I don't know, maybe it would make more sense to keep them separated. Because each building is going to have 2 sets of rotor factories anyway, so like combining them together is just a lot of extra built work to then have to separate them all between the factories again anyway. I might keep them separated. I think that makes more sense. But I do want these to match. Who's stomping around downstairs? Hope it didn't spawn any of the enemies. Like, we have a pretty sizable factory. There's no way it spawned enemies. Okay, this is all iron rods, producing 15 each, so 30, 60. Each floor would be producing 120. Alright, sorting all set up here. Now we just have to duplicate all of this. One strategy we could use is we could do the first 4 floors only in the center building, since that right building out there will only be for Mark III processing. Well, I need to redo buttons, oh my god. Ground. How did I... Wait, what? Oh, it's just displaying the wrong labels for each floor. I've never seen it do that before. It's doing it again. What the hell? Like, the game hasn't been updated recently. I don't know how the bug would have magically entered in now. Where did a tick come from? I don't remember those being out here. That's a really annoying label bug. Are you the one making all the noise down here? Oh, I need to delete all that crap down there. Okay, so for now, I won't replicate all of this crap over in the other factory. Because this one won't get used until we upgrade to Mark III, but I will need to build the structure for it because there are things... I don't know. I might be able to avoid using that right building altogether and leave it as solely a Mark III building. I don't think there are any factories that I need to get Mark II motors up and running. Alright. Multi-purpose 1. Let's make sure this is all correct. I don't think any of these machines are set. Iron rods. Okay, so maybe I won't do the sorting for all of these, but I should put the buildings in because otherwise I'll just have to come delete all of the spaces for where the buildings go later, which I don't really want to do. And those are already blueprinted out anyway, so it's not really that much effort to put them in. I'll just skip doing the sorting floors until we already have Mark II motors up and running. Alright, so Wait, what? Oh, I went one too far over. Production, constructors. Oh, this is a single one. I need the ×2. Um, put in these walls at the top. If I have something to build on, but I'm not going to put in all the glass for this one yet. And I'm going to use the lack of glass and everything as my indication that these factories are not set up yet. Alright, level 1, ready to go. What am I going to do for level 10? Because I can only put one number on there. Might have to rotate the 1. So I can put a 0. It'll still look weird, but at least I can make a 10. Multi-purpose 2. Delete blueprint. Wait, these are smelters already. Never mind. I can leave these here. I think it was the floor above that I put constructors in. I'm confused. What are those connected to? Oh, shit. Yeah, I need to delete all of this out then. Right, this was before I updated the blueprint. Um, I might have to use both factories. Because the first two floors are going to be iron rods, and I would prefer to keep them together rather than separate them. Or... Because before I upgrade to Mark III, only 2 floors of these smelters are actually going to be running. So I need to make sure that 1 floor goes into iron rods and 1 floor goes into making screws. So that I have both materials for the assemblers. So to stick with our plan of not using that right factory, I would have to alternate. I would have to do 1 floor iron rods, 1 floor screws, 1 floor iron rods merge, 1 floor screws merge. But thinking about it, that might be the best way to do it anyway. Because then I minimize the distance. If I did both floors of iron rods, the iron rods would have to span 2 floors to get up to a 3rd floor. I don't know, that might not matter. Because I think it can span 2 floors before it reaches the max vertical lift height. But I'm fine just alternating, it doesn't matter. We can do screws on this floor. And then we'll have floors 3 and 4 will just be another floor of smelters for iron rods and screws again, and those 2 floors just won't be operating. Wait. If I don't operate floors 3 and 4, then I would still have to use the right... I'd have to use the right factory. Because I'd be shoving all of the iron into floors 1 and 2. Oh, fine. I guess I'll have to... That would make it a little easier, because then 3 and 4, I can skip on both factories and just continue building up and skip past them. And all I would have to do is put in mergers for the sorting floors to make sure that the resources can be merged in once those floors are operational. That does mean I don't need that smart splitter down there because it's going to be sending in the full 240. So I don't need the smart splitter here. It can just be a regular splitter. So Mark III belt will be bringing in 240. Then we're going to split it evenly. No, I don't want that. Why does it keep selecting over there? $120. Okay, so we do need to go duplicate this entire setup over there. Because we are going to be using this floor. I should do these too, because we need to face the same direction. Even though this floor isn't going to have a belt running behind, I'm gonna just make it match the other floor so that everything looks the same. So that there's not confusion if I come back up to these sorting floors later and everything's different between the two buildings. Okay, this will be bringing in the 120, splitting into 60 and 60 and 30 and 30, then 15 and 15. And I am out of iron plates. Wow, I went through a lot of those. I had 3 full stacks of those when we started. Rather than go back immediately, let's run through some of our concrete by just getting some of the building layout done. All iron rods. There we go, that's all set up. Oh, neither of these floors is set up. They do have smelters in here. This is floor 2, yeah. I don't know why I thought this was floor 3. Okay. Oh, right, I don't fucking have iron plates for that. Safety railings. Put in the pillars and then we'll take an hourly break. No, that's... Why is that misaligned? What the hell? Oh wait, it's over here. Oh wait, this side's wrong. Need to have a walkway between the entrances. Oh well, we'll do that way. We'll fix that when we get back from break. You've been sitting around for the past hour. Get up and stretch. Get food and snacks and drinks and everything you need to take care of yourself. We'll be right back. Alright, before we head back to the base to get more resources, fix this up real quick so I don't forget to fix it later. Just to burn through some extra concrete while we're over here. Let's stack another pillar on top of all these. Alright, back to resource land. Oh, did you get stuck in here, you stupid fucking tick? That's what you get.
And they say nature is cruel.
I don't think she's ever commented about killing creatures before. Hello, doggos. Stop moving. Biomass. Just get a whole bunch of iron plates because we're gonna burn through a lot of those. Let's get some more stacks of iron rods. Okay, do we need anything else? We will probably need cables soon. What uses wire? Whoops, wrong thing. The constructor use wire? No, it uses cable. Smelter uses wire, though. I should go out and get more wire and cable, because I don't know if I'll have enough of that. Velico. Having a foxy day. No, Foxgetty, you've seen my plans. You saw my nerdy drawings. You know what's happening here. Wait, did I need sorting 2 or sorting 1? Needed sorting 1. No. I hate when it does that. Right, sorting one is complete. I think everything on multi-purpose one is done. I think I need to do any. I could do the customizations. Did not do them over here. Alright, floor one completed. So these smelters are all ready to go. I already have iron ingots selected. Having these pre-wired like this is so much simpler. Hello, Forgotten. Welcome in. We are working on a massive motors factory. Okay, need to put the walls in. Okay, so this is going to be the first screws for... What did I need to do for this? Cast iron screws. Was I overclocking these? I think I was doing 120% on these. Yeah. So we'll take 15 in, like our iron rods factories. Spit out an even line of 60, which will be easy to keep track of on the belts. Copy that. Okay. Critify the factory. Oh, that's why this looks different. The white outlines got bigger because well, they should have always been that big because it's... I don't know why the white outlines are so obnoxious looking now. I don't recall them being that annoying. Wait, did I overlap these? I did. Why did it let me overlap the top two but not the bottom one? Plushie! In here with the pies. You got a normal, regular cream pie this time. No additives. Next time it needs to be what? I don't know what that is. Is that a French type of pie? Because this is going to be screws, we need it to go up on a different spot than where the iron rods are going up. Leafy cake with almond butter. I will say I do not consume many pastries because I have celiac and cannot have wheat, so I'm not very familiar with cakes. And if you've ever tried a gluten-free cake, you would understand why people with celiac just don't fucking eat cake, because it is cardboard. Some of the gluten-free cakes that I've ordered before and tried, we usually end up throwing away because they are so awful. My usual test case is I know something is bad if even Sokar will not eat it, because Sokar will eat anything. But even those cakes, he'll take a bite of them and like, nope, I'll pass. So this one, we do, yeah, we need to split these into 15s again, so it's going to be the same pattern as our iron rods facility. Splitter. Yeah, I keep getting confused. These aren't taking in 60, they're producing 60. Taking in 15. Okay. Both producing 60, merge onto a 120. And we'll have 240 coming into here. And 480 going out. What did I end up doing here? I just put a regular splitter. I think I used 2 regular splitters. We didn't end up needing the smart splitter here. Right. One building finished. Building 2. Getting really good at duplicating these at least. Merge. Oh, fuck, I'm out of reinforced plates. Alright, so we need reinforced plates to finish up that floor, but it's otherwise done. So now, after this, we just need to build 2 empty floors. And we're not going to do the sorting for them because those are going to be the Mark III floors that we can't hook up until later. We're down to 76 wire already? We went through an entire stack of wire with that one floor. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's only 5 wide. This was 6 wide. I would make a little 6x3 thing that we could quickly fill in those gaps when making the floors. Well, I guess I need to go get more cable. I also need more reinforced iron plates. I hate that that guy spawns inside my base. I wish I could cover up his spawn point. And grab 2 stacks of cable just in case. Because I underestimated how much we would go through building those constructors. We should stop here and check if we need any more steel beams. We're fine on encased industrial beams. We're not using a lot of those. We only have 1 stack of steel beams left. Fine on iron rods. We need more iron plates. Oh, this isn't where I needed to get off. It's the next one. Five stacks of those. Grab a little extra concrete. And we'll stop and get a couple extra stacks of silica on the way. Really need to put in boosters coming this direction. It takes us so much longer to come this way than the other way. Wait, we moved it over here. Back to sorting 2 so we can finish those 2 belts. Alright, that completes out sorting 2's stuff. What do we need for those little identifier things? We do need the crystal oscillators for them. So we should finish the floor customizations, and then we can say that floor 2 is done. What's this? Oh, I don't think I ever redid the smelting stuff. That's probably all wrong. Yeah, okay, so we don't need any of this crap. probably go down to sorting 1. I never went and looked at the smelting to make sure that was done correctly. Let me make sure that those are correct. Yeah, this one's correctly feeding over to here. I guess I just never went back and did that. And then this is the line feeding up to the next floor for smelting. Yeah, so these are smart splitters that tell it to send down this 120 line first and then send the overflow further along the line. Okay, so I need to replicate this upstairs. This is just kind of a standard floor. Everything feeding over there. Hopefully we'll at least be able to get rotors up and running, because once I have the rotor stuff set up, I can start running all of those facilities and just feeding all of the rotors we're producing into the bins. I don't have to siphon off the 40 for doing motors until we actually build the motors factory. Okay, so this one's going to be on the other side. This is going to be the input. Smart splitter here. Oh, fuck, I don't have enough, really? I feel like I did not go through that many smart splitter things. So do that. This one's going to be left, any, center none, right overflow. Then left any, center none, right overflow. So started with 720, it's siphoning off 240 each floor. So this floor is still gonna have, is that right? No, it's starting at 960, siphoning 240 each floor. So this one's still gonna have 480 going out when we upgrade to Mark III. That makes me curious if I accidentally use smart splitters somewhere and a line in one of those factories is going to be broken because the smart splitter is not configured to do anything. Okay, this needs to siphon off 120. This needs 120. I want to go scan through these floors and make sure I didn't accidentally use smart splitters anywhere. Because that will break the entire setup if they're smart splitters. Not seeing yellow anywhere. This is a smart splitter. Why did I set these are all smart splitters. I did do that. Ah, fuck, man. These are all smart splitters. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad I thought about it before I turned the factory on and everything fucking broke. That explains where all of my AI limiters went. Wow, that's creepy sunset coming through the wall. Looks like some error message just popped up and everything turned red. Alright, these are all regular splitters now. I have all my AI limiters back. 'Cause what else does it take to build those? Yeah, that explains why I ran out of so many reinforced iron plates as well. Alright. All the splitting is done here, so now we just need to get the merging done. So in the end, we're going to have 240. This will be 30 and 30 to 60. Add another 60. This will be a 120. And the other ones will be Mark III for 240. Alright, this floor is done again. And all of the customization is done. Great. Okay, first line's hooked up. We need to go up to the next floor. Technically, we don't need to hook up the next floor because there should only be... Yeah, there should only be 480 coming through. We can go verify. Let's go down and check out that node because we need to make sure it's also changed to 200%. %, 480. And that'll double to 960 when it's Mark III. And for those outside ones look good. Right. First two floors should be completely ready to go. What did I actually work on for floor 3? Okay, so these need to all be deleted. These are wrong. So we'll be putting smelters here. I mean, how do I do that? All right, time for railings. There's a bunch of power slugs over there. There's one there, there's one up on a rock, there's one up on the mushroom, there's one next to the fart pillars. over 3. And these are all going to be constructors again. We're just not going to hook them up. Wait, what? Oh, this one's built downward. Oh, that's why. This looks like it's going to drain us of our concrete. See if we have enough to put the walls in. Oh, I didn't do the other section. Well, I don't think I have enough concrete to do that section. I can at least start it. That's all the further I can get. Oh, it's gonna do this stupid shit. God damn it. That's so fucking annoying. Fucking hate the interactions with this game sometimes. They make no sense. Do I need the plastic and rubber for anything? I don't think so. Like, so I don't need manufacturers for motors. I'm gonna put those away so they stop chewing up inventory space. Where was I storing these? So I'll put them in here. I think this is where they were before. Right, let's take a bunch of concrete. Let's just take the max that will fit in our inventory. Let's take this over to the steel beams facility and throw it into the encased industrial beams. Just to make sure that we have some, because I haven't restocked that in a while. Dump all of it in there. Just have a bunch of steel beams, but I'm going to put more in there. Okay, and then a bunch of those. steel pipes. Let's get an extra stack of steel pipes. Okay, so we can do the last 3 of monorail. We won't be able to put the motors into monorail until we actually get this motors factory up. Why does it keep resorting them to different places? That's so annoying. Alright, those 3 objectives are done. Mostly just need a bunch more concrete. I'll get 1 extra stack of iron rods. Let's see if I can just get floor 4 built out. Like I said, we're not hooking up sorting or anything for 3 and 4. We just need to get them built so that we can build other things on top of them. But I probably will not actually get around to putting the assemblers for rotors together tonight. This map just feels so much smaller when you just have a hyper tube going across the entire map like this. Multi-purpose 3, we'll have to figure out what to do about this stupid fucking elevator overlapping thing that I really, really hate that it does this. You go to 12 and then extend it again. Does it let me go all the way from this direction? Nope. It lets me get to 15. Which, like, I really don't understand why it does that. I remove the floor stop, does it let me? No, for some reason it just really does not like the elevator being there. it's something like in that very specific spot of the elevator that the game is just like, no, there's some fucking invisible thing here. Whatever. If I have to do it the weird workaround way and waste a couple of extra beams, so be it. At least it works. Alright, floor 3 is pre-set up. I need to put that floor stop back in. Didn't even help. Alright, let's see if we can get floor 4 set up. In this last half an hour before we hit midnight. Pillars. Make sure I get these in here correctly. Let's hope we have enough iron rods to finish this. We might be very, very close. I don't think we're going to have enough to do the whole thing. Yeah, we're not going to have anywhere near enough. Oh, shit. Because we need more iron rods to do the buildings. Oh, man. We'll run out and grab a couple stacks of iron rods real quick. It's like I can't even do anything further without them. At least we can get there fast. It's just getting back that's slow. I'm not gonna mess with the doggos. We're just gonna grab iron rods and head back. Why is that line stopped? Something might be amiss in the iron plates factory. Okay, back up to 4. So this is going to be smelters again. And these other 2 are another set of constructors. I'm going to be very close on the concrete as well. You do have enough, though. Oh my god. Oh, I ran out of cable. Fuck. God damn it. I'll just do as much as I can to finish this out. This will be Depurpose 5. Sorting 5. Alright, I guess we'll head back to base, and that's as far as we're gonna get tonight. one last check on the doggos. Screws, really? Two of them brought me worthless screws. How many coupons do we have? 5 more coupons. Alright, we'll stop there. Save. Exits. I don't think anyone else is streaming. I know Cash was streaming, but I don't think she's going to be going much longer. So we'll just sign off. And thanks everyone who stopped by, chatting, lurking, whatever it is. It's always appreciated, especially if you're sitting here surviving through the slow burn of building this factory. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated, but at least it's going a lot quicker now that I have like an actual plan drawn out. So next time we stream Satisfactory, I'll probably do a more normal length stream, like 6 or 7 hours, and we should be able to actually get the Motors Factory done. Otherwise, thanks everyone. I will see you next time. Have a great night. Bye bye.